All right, guys. Well, it is 9:03 and we are going to go ahead and get started. So just some quick housekeeping. If you wouldn't mind muting your line, that would be amazing. And we will try to mute you as well. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to our call for tonight. This is our Cash for Christmas call. And we're going to be sharing tonight how this business opportunity can really allow you to earn some income for your family. And we're just going to break some things down for you really quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and just share a little bit. So there are a few of us on tonight who are coaches and who have been in this business for a while and who are ready to mentor and lead you and show you how this is all possible, right? Because that's probably one of the big questions you have. And I encourage you, if you do have questions, just to drop them in the chat and one of the three of us can jump in and answer it for you. So first up, my name is Lisa and I have been a coach for 6.5 years. So it feels like just yesterday I signed up and I started this coaching business, not as a business. I started it initially as a way to lose the baby weight. I was 35 years old. I was postpartum with my second son. And I just needed a simple solution because I worked full time. I was working 40 hours. I was commuting 10 hours, and I taught classes at the gym, but I just couldn't lose the baby weight. And so something was different this time around and I needed something simple. A friend of mine introduced me to Beachbody and introduced me to some of the programs. And I really just fell in love with the simple process and I fell in love with the workouts and I lost the baby weight. So I did the 21-day fix and I ended up losing almost 10 pounds in that first 21 days. And I was immediately hooked. I was also someone who drank coffee every single day, never ate breakfast. And so when I was introduced to Shakeology, I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys if you're not muted already.
I haven't heard no.
All right. Hopefully everybody's muted now. So I was also introduced to Shakeology and that became a way for me to get nutrients I wasn't getting from food and actually eat a meal in the morning. And so I just kind of fell in love with all of the pieces of Beachbody and how it was fitting into my life and how it was making me feel mentally, physically, emotionally. And so my coach reached out and said, hey, why don't you give this coaching thing a try? You're already in these challenge groups with me, these little boot camps, and you're posting every day, you're pretty much doing everything. And so at first I really didn't want to because I already worked 40 hours. I was commuting 10. I had a 3-year-old, a 6-month-old. My husband traveled. I also ran another business on the side and I did not have time, or so I thought. And so I just kind of dabbled in the very beginning. I was like, okay, well, if I can just help a couple people each month and get my products paid for, perfect. And so in the very beginning, that's what I did. And for about 3 to 6 months, that's what I was doing, just getting my Shakeology and my Energize paid for. And then I started diving into some trainings and learning a little more about the business. And I'm just one of those competitive people who loves a challenge. And I was like, ooh, I could win a free tank top if I do this challenge. And I did it. And I started making a little more money. And it's kind of like this business is what we call the compound effect. And so it's just kind of like a snowball, like it just keeps building and building and building over time, the more consistent you are. And so initially my goal of paying for my products then turned into paying for my weekly groceries, then turned into paying my car payment, then turned into paying our mortgage payment. And then eventually allowed me to leave my full-time career of 15 years. And so none of that was easy. I definitely worked hard for that, but I want you to see what's possible. And the great part about this business is that you can do as little as you want. If you just want to cover your groceries every week or pay for your Christmas in cash, you can do that and we can show you how to do that. So that's my story. Megan?
All right. I love it. I love hearing your story. It's so awesome. Like she said, I have been coaching for 6 years. And one thing that's really cool about the business is we all started in a different spot. And we all, were brought to this opportunity in a different way. Something hit something drove us, something, you know, tugged at our heart, whatever it was. My story is actually pretty similar to Lisa's, except for I didn't have any kids or anything when I started this business. I was actually teaching middle school and high school math, and I was taking online math courses, and I was also coaching varsity sports. So I was just super crazy busy. You know, I already had a really full plate, and then this coaching opportunity landed in my lap because I initially just wanted to get into like the best shape I possibly could. I had just gotten married, and so I wanted to be the best version of me and, you know, give my husband like that first chapter of married life, newlywed, you know, give him my best self, if you will. And so I dove into my fitness journey, and I got amazing results and just fell in love with the process, how simple it was to, you know, have the fitness, the nutrition, and the support, and that community piece. And just, it was everything I was missing after college, after playing sports my entire life. And I just remember thinking I didn't have enough time to work out. Then I found time to work out because it became important to me. And then this coaching opportunity was presented to me, and I told myself I didn't have time for it because I was teaching, I was coaching, I was taking classes, I was trying to be a wife, you know, good wife. I actually was waitressing and bartending to make ends meet because teaching pay was and still is not there. And I just told her, I just have too much on my plate. I don't have time for this. And what I found was I did the exact same thing with coaching as I did with my fitness journey. I made it important and I made time for it. And so the second that I made time for this coaching opportunity was when everything changed for me, because I already had this amazing tool of this fitness journey. I already had this amazing tool of, you know, becoming my best self. I wanted to pay that gift forward to somebody else. And I actually started coaching because I wanted to change one life. And here I am 6 years later. So that was really my goal, was literally just to help one person change their life. And then as I started to have that ripple effect and paying this gift forward to the next person and the next person, and I got that first message from that girl who her pants were finally fitting, and, you know, she was able to zip them and rock them, and she felt absolutely incredible. And she thanked me for helping her with her journey and coaching her along the way. That just really became this huge thing for me. It was kind of like teaching, but instead of kids in a classroom, it was adults, and it was outside of those like classroom walls. And so I really dove into basically just helping instead of one person. I just try to help, you know, as many people as I could come in contact with. And that really just drove me. That really pushed me with a coaching opportunity. And like Lisa too, I had little goals along the way that I wanted to achieve. I wanted to cover my car payment. I bought my first Equinox ever as a big kid purchase. And I wanted to pay for that every single month. It was $430. And that was actually like almost half of my teaching salary pay for the month. And so I was literally just like, you know, after taxes, I was like, oh my gosh, I only have a couple $100 left to get mortgage and pay for my groceries and things. And so I wanted to cover my car payment with Beachbody because I knew that that would give me $430 I could spend elsewhere. And then it became actually giving half of my mortgage to my husband. And then it actually turned into more from that. And then I realized that my income was a direct reflection of the lives being changed. And that fueled me even more. So like if I made a bigger impact, I made a bigger income. And like it was at that moment that I realized that income and an impact together were the two things that were going to change my life. And I let them do that. And after going all in and saying to myself, like, I'm in this for the impact and I'm going to earn an income from it. You know, I was able to replace my teaching salary. And then I started to say to myself, wow, I could leave the classroom and I could do Beachbody full time. Never, ever, ever was on my radar. Didn't have kids, didn't need to be at home. And then year 2 came and I was able to double my teaching salary with Beachbody. And then we started talking about a family, started talking about being home with our kids, started talking about a different life. And I knew that I needed to leave the classroom and I needed to pursue that next chapter of our life. And then the third year, things just kept happening. And so I'm sharing that with you, not because I'm telling you you have to leave Beachbody or you have to leave your job for Beachbody full time, but I am telling you that the possibility is there. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean that the opportunity is not there for you in the future. And so just keep your eyes and your mind and your heart open when we share this with you guys, and just understand that like we started with these little goals, and what's really truly possible is whatever, you know, you really want to fight for and to put, you know, energy and focus into. I don't know if Karen can talk or not, or do we want to just keep going?
I know Karen has some people on the call, and she is at her son's football game today, and it was an away game, so they're in the car. So, but Karen's been coaching with us as well for I think 7 years, and so I know she has an amazing story too. But she is dialed in, and she is here to answer questions if you guys want to drop them in the chat too. But we're gonna go on for the sake of time and just kind of move through a few things with you guys.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through basically just like the coaching, information. You're here to learn about coaching. You heard us talk about how we started with our fitness journeys. We got results along the way. We wanted to share them with other people, whether it was to help one person or 1,000 people, whatever it was. That was really like our push, right? So instead of just sitting here and saying, I want to help one person, I want to help 100 people, 1,000 people, how like your brain starts to think like, how can I use my fitness journey, becoming the best version of myself, this coaching opportunity, and help other people and create that income? Like, what are the things I should do every single day to make those things possible? So Lisa and I talked, and we sat down and we said, okay, what are the things that we've been doing every single day? Once we decided, okay, draw a line in the sand, this is going to be that impact and that income coming together. What are we going to do each day as coaches? And so what we came up with is basically like your 4 vitals, your 4 daily vitals of the business, right? And if you check your pulse and you don't have vitals, it's an issue. So it's the same thing with your business. If you forget to do one of these vitals, there's an issue in your business. And so to keep it super simple, there's 4 things that we kind of categorized that we do each day. The first one is what we already talked about, being proof of the product. So working out, drinking our, Shakeology or pre and post, whatever it is, enjoying the workouts, enjoying the community, the boot camps, all of that. If you're in one already, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, there's an amazing community waiting for you to help you with your fitness journey, to help you get your feet wet in this taking care of myself, starting my own fitness journey piece before we kick off and take off with that coaching aspect of it. Being proof of the product looks different for every single person. Okay. This can be weight loss. This can be muscle gain. This can just be feeling absolutely incredible. This can be confidence. This can be whatever it looks like to you, being proof of the product. Okay. And also what's super amazing is you're going to go through different chapters of your life, whether you are having kids or had kids or going to have kids, your body's going to be changing too, right? And so being proof of the product is not a specific size. It's not a specific weight or shape or whatever it is. It's literally just you becoming your best version of yourself. So we do that every single day. Work out, drink our shake, enjoy what we're doing, plug into our amazing community, and continue to share that with other people. Okay. Second thing is one of the most important pieces of coaching is your personal development club. Okay. I just read 40 Club. Daphne, I love you. Is personal development. And so what this actually means is if you're a teacher, you're thinking like, okay, personal development, how can I be a better teacher? What can I do in my classroom differently? It's the same thing with coaching, except for instead of, focusing on one little area, you can listen to different self-help books. You can read different self-help books. You can listen to podcasts and different, motivational speakers like Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins and Grant Cardone, and just tons of amazing people out there. And personal development really helps you fill up your cup. So you are, jam-packed with all of the goods. You just worked out, you've got your blood flowing, and now you're filling up your mental cup. Your mindset is clear. You have a vision, you have a why, like you're just really like on the same page as your physical fitness and your mental clarity. So each day plugging into personal development, whatever that looks like for you. The third one is a little bit more of some lingo that we use with coaching, expanding, connecting, and inviting. And I want to take this outside of Beachbody lingo for a second and take it into like a small town, in Iowa where I live, probably about 1,200 people. Okay. If I wanted to expand my friendships that I have in this town, what would I do? Go door to door, talk to people, go to the grocery store and talk to people, go for a walk, go to the park, whatever it is. It's the same thing with your social media. How can you expand your social media? Adding new friends, connecting with old friends, talking to the people that are actually on your friends list, doing all of these different things on social media. It's the same thing that we do every single day for our business. So we really try to expand our personal selves, our business, aka our social media, with other people in the world, by adding, by connecting, by engaging, by commenting, by being a genuine human. Okay. The connection piece goes with that expanding part. Just I always say be a genuine human. I hope that makes sense. But basically, if you're at the grocery store and someone's wearing a cute dress, you walk up to them and you say, "Oh my gosh, I love your yellow sundress. Where did you get it? How much was it? Do you like it? What do you not like about it?" Asking them different questions, engaging, connecting with these people. Maybe you're at the park and somebody has their dog and you're like, "Oh my gosh, what kind is your dog? What breed is it? How old is it? Oh my gosh, is it a boy or a girl? That's so cute. What's its name?" Having connections with people, okay? In this small town, same thing with social media. You're going through your feed, you're liking and commenting on people, you are engaging and connecting with your friends that you actually have on Facebook and on Instagram, and things like that. And so expanding your network and also connecting with those people that you're expanding to. And then the last piece of what we do as coaches, it says invite. So I want to take that again back into like this realm of this small town. If I was going to have a block party, hopefully you guys know what that is. It's not just an Iowa thing. Basically like block off the street and you guys all have like potlucks and stuff and you like hang out and talk to each other and things like that. If I wanted to invite my neighborhood to that block party, what would I do? Go to their house, give them an invitation, text them, call them, right? Invite them to this party. The same thing with coaching. Okay. So now you have social media as your storefront. You get to expand to new people. You get to connect with new people. And you also get to invite people to join your boot camps that you're running, to join coaching that you have, that you do as a team, to basically join the team that you are going to be on. So those are the three things: expand, connect, and invite. Hopefully kind of took away the Beachbody lingo and showed it to, real life. So that starts to make some sense. And the last piece is actually something that we just got back from in October, the beginning of October. It's still October. The beginning of October, we went to Arizona and we were at a leadership conference. And basically what that's for is to recognize leaders in the company and to give them good quality, feedback, to give them the celebration that they deserve, to, give them speakers to listen to fill up their cups and things like that. So for recognition pieces, we do that also as coaches every single day. So you'll probably see it on our stories, on our pages, shouting people out, shouting our team out, shouting out challengers, all of those things. You'll see it in our boot camps and stuff as well. So those are the 4 things that Lisa and I and Karen have been doing for the last 6 years that has really helped propel our business. So basically leading from the front, filling up our mental cup, and then doing the work, expanding, connecting, inviting, being a genuine human with people, and then also having fun within our teams, within our boot camps, and within our clients. So that's what we do every single day in our business. So sounds like a lot, right? What's the time commitment, Megan? I want to do this. I want to get in. I want to get out, like whatever it is. Lisa mentioned what you put in is what you get out to this business, right? The first year and a half, we were kind of hobby coaches, I guess you could say, or like discount coaches at the time. And we were just helping people as they were coming. You know what I'm talking about. You're at the grocery store, you see a girl you haven't seen for 2 weeks. She's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? I need to do what you're doing." That's really what we were living off of for the first couple of years of our business. And then we saw the potential in this business, which we're going to help you see it early on this call tonight, is the income potential, the impact you can actually make with this business. And things really started to propel, right? So at the beginning, probably worked about an hour a day as coaches. Your workout, all of that stuff, your personal development, posting on social media, running some stories on your social, and talking to people, connecting with people, those kinds of things. We really just spent about like an hour a day, I would say, when we first started out as coaches. So Lisa and I were talking with Karen as well, and we were just kind of conversating back and forth. What do you think is a good number for time commitment? I could tell Lisa an hour. I could tell Whitney 2 hours. I could tell Mariah, 2.5 hours. I could tell everybody different times. It really matches with what your goals are. So tonight, if your goal for Christmas to make $1,000 for your cash for Christmas, you're going to have to work, obviously, to make that. You can't just sit here and like fold your hands and hope that it happens, right? If your goal, I saw couple people had like $2,500 on there, guess what? Totally achievable. You just have to put in the work, right? So your time working sometimes matches, actually most of the time matches like your goal, what you really want out of this. So when we first started, about an hour or so a day, as we started picking things up, I would say probably 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours. And we've been working, 6 years into the business. And so time obviously can grow, but then your business is going to explode and grow as well. So it's really what you put in is what you get out. But I can say you can and you will build a successful business hour and a half, 2 hours a day. And it doesn't have to be all at once. It can be pieces of your day. It can be lunch break. It can be bathroom break. It can be bath time or bedtime or whatever it is. But basically, we have a tracker to help you work through everything that we do as coaches. So you're able to know, like, okay, what do I do tomorrow? Boom, here's what I do. What do I do the next day? Boom. So everything's really laid out for you. And really, all you have to do is bring the energy, bring the passion, rock your journey, and get the things checked off of your list, if that makes sense. So a tracker will definitely be provided to every single person that's going to join us for Cash for Christmas. So if you're like saying, okay, I'm in, I want, like, what do you want me to do? We're going to show you exactly what to do. We're going to work with you through this every single day. And also, like I said before, the time commitment is really going to be up to you and your end goal, your end result, if that makes sense. But also, we're very good at working smarter, not harder. So we will show you tips and tricks and things along the way as well. So.
Yeah, and I want to add something in too. One of the biggest things that you can do as a successful coach is just be in control of your time. And so it's very easy to get distracted and to scroll on social media and do all those types of things. And it can feel like you're working a lot, but we have designed this tracking system to keep you on track. And so, even to this day, 6.5 years in, I still set this timer when I work, or I'm in my kitchen and I set my oven timer, or I set the timer on my watch, just so I know I'm being diligent about the activities that move my business forward and not scrolling on social media. So that's one big thing too, is just making sure you have good time management, and we can teach you how to do that as well. So let's really move into what we're here for tonight. What is this Cash for Christmas? And so I love alliteration. And so I love like the double C's, call me a nerd, whatever, but like Cash for Christmas, it just rings a good bell, right? So we're getting into the time of year when we're starting to think about, oh my gosh, all the things are happening. And it's not just Christmas. This just sounds catchy, right? We have Halloween, we're buying costumes, we're buying candy. Like I have 50 million blow-ups in my front yard. My electricity is going to be double this month. So what we want to provide is a 10-week training and tracking system to help you earn income for your family. And so when we really break this down and show you how it works, it makes so much more sense. So the way that we do that is we track your earnings. So we take the next 10 weeks starting next week. So we start training on Monday, the 25th, and we go through the end of the year. And your goal is to help 10 people get started on their health and fitness journey. That's one person a week. Maybe 2 if you want to make a little extra. Okay, so let's really break this down and show you how this is possible. So here's a quick example. What does it look like? So here are 2 examples from some coaches. So I did this last year with my team. And so one of these is from a coach who had been in the business about 1 year, and another coach who had been in about 2 years. And you can see their earnings just from tracking for 10 weeks. So you can see some weeks were high, some weeks were low, but that all comes with, consistency. This is a business, and you will have some weeks where you earn more than others. But if you take the action items that we give you and you do them consistently 5 days a week, and you put in that hour per day doing those action items, then over time you will see, everything will start to level out. So you can see one of our coaches earned, $770. Her goal was to earn $500 extra dollars. So she surpassed her goal, right? And so I'm just showing you this to show that it's doable, from someone who's newer to the business. But then you can also take a look at somebody who's more of a veteran coach who's been doing this for 4 years and 5 years, and they were able to earn $11,000 over 10 weeks. So, I mean, somebody may have a goal of making $1,000 over 10 weeks, and somebody else may have a goal of making $1,000 a week. That's not going to be super possible as a brand new coach. But what I'm saying is you can see the long-term compound effect of our business and how it grows and how it compounds over time the longer you are in the business. And so our goal is just to show you those simple steps that you would take in order to make this a reality. And I know Megan and Karen are the same way, but we love tracking because what you can track, you can measure and you can improve. And so just having a simple tracking system like this, we are able to take a look at, what are you doing daily and where can we improve? And then we can look at the income as well and share with you what you would need to do. And so here's a basic breakdown. How does it work? So what we as coaches do, or as your mentors do, is we help you reverse engineer your goals to meet your income needs. So here is a sample roadmap for you to earn $1,000 over the next 10 weeks. You would be helping 1 to 2 people per week, and you would also be earning bonuses. So Beachbody has a compensation plan that we're not going to get into tonight, but it's set up for you to earn commissions when you help people with their health and fitness, getting them started with a total solution package. And we have specific bonuses that we're eligible for as well, depending on how many people you're helping. So this just breaks it down for you. So over the course of 10 weeks, you can see that the week of 10/25, so starting next week, if you help one person, you're going to earn a commission of $50 to $75, just depending on which total solution package you help that person get started with. And then the following week, help one person. And then maybe the week of the 8th, like you're in your groove, you're feeling amazing, you help 2 people, and then somebody else, and then somebody else. And so you can see that you're really only helping 1 to 2 people for the next 10 weeks. So your commissions would be anywhere from $600 to $900. Now that is just commission. That does not include any of the bonuses that you would be eligible for. We have team cycle bonuses that we can all explain once you really get going, but that's straight commission. And then if you do the above and help 5 people in the month of November and help 5 people in the month of December. Basically, every time you help 5 people over 5 weeks, Beachbody gives you another $100 bonus. So that's why I included it below. So this roadmap could actually get you anywhere between $800 to $1,100 over the next 10 weeks. But there's also other bonuses that aren't even configured into that. So it'd actually be a little bit more. All right. And we can roadmap that out for you. But we want you to see how simple this is. I think a lot of people get into our business and they think, oh my gosh, I have to sell and talk to thousands of people, but you just make it simple. You want to help 1 person per week. And you can do that. And we can show you how to do that by taking those daily actions and following that tracker and doing the things Megan was talking about earlier, expanding, connecting, inviting, being a product of the product, posting on social media, talking to people, whether you're talking to somebody at the grocery store or whether you're talking to somebody on social media, or you're reconnecting with someone you went to college with. There's so many different ways that you can jog your memory and talk to more people. And a big part of it is that, you have to be consistent and you have to show up because people want to, know you, like you, trust you, obviously, before they kind of get started with you. And so this is just a simple roadmap. And I wanted to break it down and make it simple. And maybe your goal is not $1,000. Maybe your goal is $500. And so maybe you help, 1 person over the next 10 weeks or 1 person every other week. But we want to show you how to do that. And so once we talk to you and figure out what your actual goal is, we can reverse engineer it for you. And that's the beauty of this business, is we can tell you exactly what to do to get to that goal. So am I taking this or are you, Megan?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can go over it and then we can open it up for some Q&A and stuff if you want to. So let's just talk some action steps. So as you're listening to this, if something piqued your interest, if something has your ears burning or whatever it is my mom always says, if something is pulling at your heart, thinking about the holidays for a second, thinking about Christmas, thinking about number one, you get to be in the best version of yourself. Like you're starting to work on you. Maybe you already have started. Maybe you're already on your way. Maybe you need to get started. Whatever it is, like this can be that thing to take care of yourself first. Okay. Because you cannot achieve anything that we're talking about if you don't take care of yourself. Does that mean that you have to be a size, weight, height, shape, whatever? Absolutely not. You becoming the best version of yourself, becoming the best version, not achieving the best version of yourself. Okay. So, first of all, thinking about that for the holidays. You're happy, you're making healthier choices. Maybe you have experienced like weight loss or your clothes are fitting differently. Or imagine going to Christmas this year and getting in the pictures, taking the photos, not standing behind everybody else, not, oh, I'll take the photos for everybody, actually going through and being able to enjoy the holidays and everything that, you know, comes with it, and listening to people say, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look so amazing. So first of all, you're taking care of yourself, right? Second of all, what if the gifts that are underneath the tree aren't, oh my gosh, we're in debt. Oh my gosh, we have so much, you know, on our credit cards right now. I cannot believe it. Like January, I don't even know what to do. I'm going to have to get a second job. What if everything underneath the tree was already paid for from this opportunity, from you becoming the best version of yourself and helping other people have that holiday that you want to have? Okay. Like having all of those gifts that you're giving to people. And I experienced this a couple of years back because I actually did this cash for Christmas type of thing with Lisa. And I remember buying $20 gifts for my nieces and nephews. Each one of those $20 gifts, or, $40 gifts or whatever, I knew that that was like changing people's lives and also changing my niece and nephew's lives. Is it all about gifts? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. If I gave you $500 extra for Christmas, would you take it from me? Absolutely, right? What if instead of just taking $500 from, somebody offering it, you actually earned that money, you became your best version of yourself, you helped other people do the exact same thing, and now you got to see it actually, come into fruition with your family. Like imagine having the best holiday possible. It is possible. All you have to do is envision it and believe it and actually get to work. And the cool thing is we're here to help you. You have mentorship. You have people who have, been through it before, have been in the trenches and are still in the trenches with you doing the things together. So the first thing we want you to do is, if you're envisioning, your Christmas, if you're envisioning whatever goal it is that you have, reach out to your coach with that goal. Like reach out. If Lisa's whoever invited you, or Karen or myself or whoever, reach out and say, hey, this is my goal for Christmas. I really feel like if I had an extra $500, weight would just be lifted off my shoulders. Okay. Reach out to your coach, give them that goal. And then the second thing I want you to do is make sure, if you are not already a coach, to ask, what's my next steps? What are my next steps to become a coach? What investment in myself do I need to make to be able to make this a possibility? And the cool thing is too, you can actually pay to get started. Like you can invest in yourself, get your fitness bundle if you need to. If you're already a coach, like just hit the ground running. But this process is going to help cover your investment in yourself and also now into your family and other people too. Okay. A couple of other things that we're going to do is, once you reach out to your coach with your goals, make sure you're set up and you're ready to go as a coach. We're actually going to go through a lot of this stuff in this actual page with you, the Facebook group page that we gave to you. We're going to help you creating lists of people who maybe, just to jog your memory of a bunch of people that you maybe aren't even thinking about right now, but maybe you will think about them, who you'd want to work out with, who you want to hang out with, who you'd want to go to a concert with, who you'd want to go sit at a coffee shop with, who was in your wedding, maybe who you went to college with. Like we're going to help you with crafting that first list of people to go through and start having conversations with and stuff. We're going to help you launch your business and posting on social media. We actually are part of a team that has created a daily posting calendar and also daily posting prompts to like help you with what to say, or to get your brain jogged and everything. So it's super awesome. We have tons of resources and things for you to help you, share your journey, invite other people and things like that. But we are going to do a lot in this actual Facebook group. We'll have live videos to help you go through different trainings and things. You have each of us, you have 3 of us coaches, really fun posting calendar, some prompts to help you, just really all of the resources for you to be successful. So all I'm asking you is to think to yourself, if I went in with this opportunity, what could that mean for my family? What could that mean for myself? What could that mean for our holiday, for Christmas? Okay. Maybe the beginning of 2021 was crap. You can end the last 2.5, 3 months of 2021 the best way possible. You can give yourself a gift. You can give the gift to your family and to other people. So we're just asking, think, okay? Think, could this be for me? Is this something I want to do? And then reach out to your coach, give them your goal, and then basically we're going to get to work. And by that, I mean, we're literally working with you and mentorship, through this page and everything else as well. So, Lisa, did I forget anything, miss anything? I feel like my mom brain sometimes happens.
No, I think you covered everything, and I'm glad you really got into the, emotional side of things too, because sometimes I'm just very business minded, and, going back 6 years sometimes is hard, but like being able to work from a phone and be home with your children and not have to pick up a second job and not have to, I mean, what do you do when you pick up a second job? You usually work nights, you work weekends, you leave your family, you pay for childcare. Like, you're thinking about all of those things, and it doesn't really logically make sense to go do that to make $10 an hour or whatever you would be paid, when you could have an opportunity that's right in front of you and you can do it from your phone. I started my business in the busiest season of my life, and I was able to make it work because I was willing to get up a little earlier or skip out on TV and maybe just do a little bit of work instead, or stay up a little bit later. And sometimes I take that for granted, and just know that like you can have that time with your family, which is so important. So much more important to me is having time freedom and being able to celebrate that. I love, obviously the financial rewards are great, but the time freedom is something you'll never be able to get back. And so that's what really pulls on my heartstrings. And so really just take some time and think about that. And especially if you have been thinking like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for Christmas? I'm going to have to get a second job or do something else or sell some things on Mom Swap. Like, this is possible for everyone, and their success does not play favorites. It's open and available to anyone at any time, as long as they're willing to do the work. That's all I got.
Mic drop. Is there any questions anybody on the call has? We have a couple of minutes left. Lisa, I don't know if you want to end the recording or keep it on in case someone asks a question, whatever you want to do, but just kind of value you guys' time. You're here, you're on live. If you have